What would you do if the past you buried came knocking again, this time demanding blood? Black Book throws us into a world where peace is an illusion, justice is bought, and one grieving father is forced to resurrect the monster inside him. Stick with me, because this isn't just another revenge story. It's one of the most gripping Nollywood thrillers in years. Released in 2023, Black Book is a Nigerian thriller directed by Iretiola. It stars Richard Mofe-Damijo, RMD, as Paul Edema, with powerhouse actors like Dede, Osifo, Shaffy Bello, and others. The film tackles corruption, systemic violence, and redemption, blending action with deep emotional drama. A quiet man with a dark past. The movie introduces us to Paul Edema, a respected deacon in church. His life looks simple: prayers, community service, and the face of a man who has found peace in God. But beneath this calm surface lies a truth no one around him suspects. Paul was once a feared military hitman, a man whose hands were soaked in blood. Paul's son, Damilola, is nothing like him. He's young, idealistic, a journalist chasing truth. He believes Nigeria can be better, but ideals can be dangerous in a corrupt system. When Damilola records a protest that exposes government and oil tycoons, he unwittingly paints a target on his back. Soon, soldiers frame him, police brutalize him, and before his father can intervene, Damilola is killed. To make matters worse, the system smears his name, calling him a criminal. Paul is crushed, his son, his pride, taken and dishonored. The Black Book reopens. Grief breaks the man of God and awakens the man of war. Paul pulls out a metaphorical ledger, the Black Book, a list of sins, betrayals, and names of men who once commanded him. These men shaped his past and have now destroyed his future. Paul's transformation is chilling. Gone is the soft-spoken deacon. In his place rises a man with a soldier's precision and a father's fury. He hunts down the first layer of corruption, the police officers who executed his son's death order. His interrogation methods are merciless, his planning meticulous. We see glimpses of his past, raids he carried out, orders he followed without question, and the blood trail he left behind. These flashbacks remind us that Paul isn't a hero. He's a weapon forged by the same corrupt system he's now determined to tear down. The network of evil. As Paul digs deeper, the film shows how wide the web of corruption spreads. Behind the police lies a powerful syndicate, retired generals, oil moguls, and politicians pulling the strings. Paul recognizes their faces. They were his commanders, his sirs, men who used him as their sword years ago. One gripping encounter is with General Issa, who believes Paul still owes him loyalty. But Paul's reply is brutal. "The only loyalty I have left is to my son." The clash is both ideological and physical, one man clinging to the rotten system, the other determined to burn it down. Meanwhile, journalists and activists begin connecting the dots. Paul's personal vendetta begins echoing across the nation. Whispers of a reckoning spread. His fight is no longer just about his son. It's exposing the rot at Nigeria's core. Atonement and ghosts. As Paul closes in on the top, he's forced to revisit people from his past. Victoria, a woman who once loved him, confronts him. She sees his crusade as madness, revenge that will consume him. She reminds him that his hands are already bloody, and this war won't clean them. But Paul has made peace with damnation. He kneels at Damilola's grave, whispering apologies for being absent as a father. He promises that his son's name will be restored. That emotional confession grounds the action. It's not just bullets and blood, but a father's desperate cry for redemption. From here, Paul moves with surgical precision. Safe houses fall. Corrupt businessmen are exposed. Ministers panic as evidence leaks. Each move feels like both punishment and confession, a man rewriting his sins with fire. The final reckoning, the climax, is explosive. Paul storms the inner circle, confronting the puppet masters, the retired generals and businessmen who engineered the cover-up. What he uncovers is heartbreaking. He wasn't just their pawn in the past, he was disposable. They would have sacrificed him without hesitation, just as they sacrificed his son. The final showdown is brutal. Paul fights with the strength of a grieving father and the skill of a trained killer. Gunfire tears through the compound, bodies fall, and at last, Paul exposes their crimes to the world. Justice is served, but not the kind you celebrate. Because in the end, Paul knows he's crossed every line. The deacon is gone forever. All that's left is a man who gave up his soul to give his son a voice. The twist isn't just that Paul topples the system. It's that he realizes he was always part of the rot. His vengeance is justice, but also confession, an attempt to balance the scales before his own soul is lost forever. And that's the stormy tale of Black Book 2023, a father's fight against corruption, and a reminder that the past never truly dies. If this recap gripped you, smash that like button, subscribe for more Nollywood breakdowns, and share this video with anyone who loves stories of power, sacrifice, and redemption.